All right, we have to talk about the crazy news that just dropped. Out of nowhere, Jagmeet Singh gave less than a few hours notice saying, I'm going to address the nation at 1 p.m. Eastern. And everyone's going, what the hell could this be? And then once you started tuning into mainstream media such as CTV and CBC, they were all saying, it seems like Jagmeet is going to pull out of the coalition. Something that I, Mr. Sunshine Baby, have been saying for a very long time, that it's over, it's going to be done for Jagmeet. He's going to pull out. He's going to try and go this route to being prime minister on his own and separate himself from Justin Trudeau. And sure as shit, it happened. Jagmeet Singh is done with the Liberals. The coalition is literally over. It's done. Now, a few things to keep in mind. This does not mean that it has triggered an election automatically, okay? He still has to go and do a vote of no confidence. Now, is that going to happen? Personally, I think yes, at some point before next October, it will happen. But stick with me, watch the video because we have a few things to go over. Whew, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to another video, everybody. I'm sure this wasn't on your bingo card, yet here we are. Before we get into it, I do want to encourage everyone to smash the like button, subscribe if you haven't already. It does really help grow the channel. And if you want to support the channel above and beyond subscribing, you can find a link for stickers down below in the description. You got, I did not see that coming, Justin Trudeau penetrated, or if you simply want to buy me a coffee to keep my cup full, the link for that is also down below in the description or the pinned comment below. Let's just get into this. All right, so the Conservatives, Pierre Poilievre, sitting at 210 projected seats, bottom line of 179, top end of 233, and then Justin Trudeau and the Liberals at 81 projected seats, Jagmeet at a measly 16 projected seats. He's going to try and create a lot of distance between himself and Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. Justin Trudeau is tanking in the polls. I know he's gone up from the 60s to the 70s to the 80s, now back down from 85 or whatever to 81. But with all of, the recent stuff that's happened, the polls haven't updated in the past few days since September 1. And with House of Commons resuming in 2 to 3 weeks, you're really going to see Justin Trudeau suffer. He's not a good debater. He's not good on his feet. Pierre Poilievre is going to walk circles around him. And now Jagmeet Singh has created that distance to start roasting Justin Trudeau in ways that he hasn't done before. The coalition is done. As I said, right out of Jagmeet Singh's mouth, it's official. It is over. Then you have 99% likely across the board for the Conservatives winning the most seats and a majority government. So everything is looking really good right there. Now, most Canadians feel this exact way. Well, I'll be damned. NDP announced it will tear up a governance agreement with the Liberals in a super duper surprise attack against Justin Trudeau. Now, I tweeted about this on X right when it dropped. Breaking, Jagmeet just broke off his deal with Justin Trudeau. It is over for Justin Trudeau. If you don't already follow me on X, I highly recommend you go and do so. Brian Lilly from the Toronto Sun said it's official. It's official. Jagmeet Singh is leaving his coalition deal with Justin Trudeau and calling the next election a fight between Singh and Poilievre. Oh, and this letter to the NDP caucus said, please don't share with the media. Now, here's the thing. Can Jagmeet outperform Justin Trudeau? Personally, I think that he really can. I think that there is a possibility that Jagmeet does outperform Justin Trudeau. People are leaving Justin Trudeau left, right, and center, and they don't want to go to Jagmeet because he's been attached vis-a-vis that coalition. And they're, people that think that Pierre is too radical, too extreme, too right-wing Trump, which isn't even remotely accurate. They've been just kind of sitting on the fence of where do I go? What do I do? So this is a way of Jagmeet Singh to scoop up a tremendous amount of Justin Trudeau's Liberal voter base. And it's going to be very incredible to see the pendulum switch a little bit. And if Jagmeet does start to go up in the polls, which are publicly available to everybody, I think he's going to run with that and call an election the moment he gets the appropriate amount of momentum for him and his team to say, okay, go for it. But again, I do not think in a million years that Jagmeet Singh will actually be able to pull off winning an election. Now, if he had 5 years to campaign without being part of a coalition, that might be a separate issue. I still think that Jagmeet Singh is the biggest cockroach in the entire in the entire 338 of all the politicians, because he has been holding 41 plus million Canadians hostage with this coalition. But now it's done. So we're going to have to wait and see how this plays out. And I think you're going to see a change in branding. Just like when you saw Pierre Poilievre take off his glasses and he changed his persona a little bit, right? There was a shift in how he carried himself, the verbiage he used, his talking points without the glasses. Now, I don't think Jagmeet's going to change his appearance, like taking off glasses, but I do think that there is a rebranding that's happening. And, 1 year before the election isn't enough. I personally don't think so. But here is the breaking news post by CTV, followed by the video that Jagmeet Singh posted on X. This is where he released it, folks. He went straight to X to post it, which is crazy and also very hypocritical, because he's been, saying, greedy tech CEOs and, grocery store CEOs are horrible. Yet he used this platform owned by Elon Musk, who's he's criticized in the past. But nonetheless, let's take a look at the video.
Today, I notified the Prime Minister that I've ripped up the supply and confidence agreement. Canadians are fighting a battle for the future of the middle class. Justin Trudeau has proven again and again he will always cave to corporate greed. The Liberals have let people down. They don't deserve another chance. There is an even bigger battle ahead. The threat of Pierre Poilievre and conservative cuts from workers, from retirees, from young people, from patients, from families. He will cut in order to give more to big corporations and wealthy CEOs. The fact is, the Liberals are too weak, too selfish, and too beholden to corporate interests to fight for people. They cannot be the change. They cannot restore the hope. They cannot stop the conservatives, but we can. In the next federal election, Canadians will choose between Pierre Poilievre's callous cuts or hope. Hope that when we stand united, we win. The Canada's middle class will once again thrive together. In Canada, we take care of our neighbors. That's who we are. I've embraced that value my whole life. I'm running for Prime Minister because together we can and will stop conservative cuts. We can deliver relief and restore hope. Fix healthcare, build homes you can afford, stop price gouging. It's always impossible until it isn't. It can't be done until someone does it. If we're together, nothing is impossible, and we won't let them tell us it can't be done. Big corporations and wealthy CEOs have had their government. It's the people's time.
Alrighty, so that's where we're gonna end that video. Now, there was a continuation of what happened in the media after this video, and I'm gonna play that. I did live stream that a little bit earlier, so for those that didn't catch it, here is what happened in the conversation that took place after this video got posted right on CTV.
You have it, Jagmeet Singh in that video just released saying he is ripping up a deal with the Trudeau government that helps keep Justin Trudeau in power, a promotional campaign style video. Jagmeet Singh saying that Trudeau and the Liberals will always, quote, cave into corporate greed. They do not deserve another chance, but also saying the bigger threat here is Pierre Poilievre and the Conservatives. CTV's Rachel Aiello is standing by in Ottawa following this breaking news now. A bit of a surprise here, Rachel, but what does it mean here? What's the NDP's strategy?
This is a massive announcement from the NDP today, Todd. Cutting off the deal with the Liberals months ahead of when it was supposed to expire is Singh saying essentially he no longer thinks his ties to the Liberals are politically advantageous. In this video, clearly he is setting out the next campaign as an argument to Canadians to either vote for his party or the Conservatives, essentially saying the Liberals have proved that they will not fight for the middle class, that they are too selfish and too weak to do that. So quite a message there from the NDP. And Todd, I can tell our audience a bit more about what we're learning behind the scenes about how the NDP came to this decision. So we have heard that the caucus came to a consensus that they were going to pull out of this deal with the Liberals earlier this summer. The timing on this, Todd, is key because they are saying to us that this agreement was made and this video, which frankly was actually shot just behind us here, was filmed before Poilievre came out last week and put that pressure on NDP leader Jagmeet Singh to pull out of the deal. Poilievre was trying to get him to pull out, vote non-confidence, and trigger an election. Now, just because the NDP have backed out of this two-party agreement with the Liberals now does not mean... the country is headed towards a federal election. It does mean it could be more likely. The Liberals now have to go case-by-case basis on their votes to get their agenda passed, but it doesn't mean that the country is thrust into a vote at this moment, but it is certainly raising the political stakes for the minority Liberals.
Yeah, and I just want to be very clear and just reiterate what you just said, because now people are going to say, is there going to be a federal election? Is that it? Does Trudeau and his government fall? That is not the case, correct? Right, Rachel?
That is correct. Just because the NDP have pulled out of this deal does not mean the Liberal government has fallen. They still have the confidence of the House of Commons, and that will remain until or if they fall on a confidence vote or some other matter. Now,
100% he's going to fall on a confidence vote.
Until
100%.
With the next federal election scheduled for October following. This is certainly becoming a bit of a hotter political dynamic where the Liberals are going to have to look for support on big votes like budgets, things that you would typically consider a matter of confidence from parties. That could still be the NDP, depending on the issue. It could be the Bloc as well. But it's going to be more of a traditional minority parliament, basically what the Liberals were dealing with before this deal came into place in 2022. It was meant to inject stability, prop up the Liberals, keep the Prime Minister in power in exchange for NDP priority issues. And we did see, Todd, a number of big policies advanced, progress was made. I was looking through the deal to get a sense of what was left, and frankly, not much. So maybe that was part of the consideration from the NDP as well in making this call now, a week and a half before Parliament resumes.
Yeah, we're just showing the video again that was just released on social media by the NDP, and with Jagmeet Singh is there in the Capitol. He's basically explaining why he wants to end the deal with the Liberals, a deal they've had for the last 2.5 years, give or take, but it now ends. We should also show you what's going on right now in Newfoundland. If we can show our viewers those live pictures coming in, because Justin Trudeau, in an interesting twist, will be holding a live event today in Newfoundland about the food program, the national food program. And no doubt this will be number one when the reporters ask him questions at the end of the availability, the media press conference, which we understand is supposed to start at about 1:30, so in the next 20, 25 minutes or so. But we'll get Justin Trudeau's reaction to this as well. Back to look at the polling, and it's not all that great for the NDP. The Conservatives are way ahead of the Liberals, who are also ahead of the NDP. So we heard, the official talking points there from Jagmeet Singh about the Liberals being weak. They don't stand up to corporate greed. But what do you think the strategy is here if the NDP are trying to, do a lot better than they did in the last federal election?
Well, my read on this, Todd, and based on some of the conversations our colleague Vashi Kapelis has had with sources on background, is that what they were hearing when they were knocking on doors ahead of this key Montreal by-election, it's a Liberal seat the NDP are hoping to win, that they are hearing that their ties to the Liberals are no longer politically advantageous. And so my indication from them pulling out now is they've done the calculation, Todd, that they need to now start differentiating themselves from the Liberals. The Conservatives have done a fairly effective job of kind of linking them together, saying they were in this so-called costly coalition government, making decisions hand in hand, Jagmeet Singh and Justin Trudeau. So the NDP taking this step now is a sign that they are trying to make the case for the NDP to be a change option for Canadians without that change being Poilievre and his Conservatives, which is quite an interesting strategy to take. We'll see, obviously, how this plays out. I am very interested to hear what the Prime Minister is going to say shortly. We have been told that Jagmeet Singh let the Liberals know just ahead of this announcement coming out on social media. So this is not a scenario where they've had days to plan their messaging and their response to it. They are learning, Todd, effectively at the same time as the rest of Canada, which is quite remarkable. I was looking through the deal to try to figure out what kind of gentleman's agreement, or would they have to give them more of a heads up, and clearly not.
Yeah, the other interesting...
The deal is done, and Jagmeet finally grew a spine. Now, as you heard, it is not grounds for an immediate election being triggered. However, it does make me feel very optimistic that there's been ample amount of social pressure against the NDP, which is very much reflected in the polls. Jagmeet Singh is tanking. He has like 19 or 20 projected seats. Absolutely horrible. And that's because he's attached himself to a horrible sinking ship, the Liberal Party. Now, is Jagmeet going to become next Prime Minister of Canada? Absolutely not. There is not a million years in which that would happen. You know, at the end of the like Avengers, where Doctor Strange is using the time stone and he's like coming up with a trillion different calculations in which it works out. There's none for Jagmeet to be prime minister. So don't worry about that. Now, what does this mean? It means that he's trying to put more social pressure on Justin Trudeau, and he just dropped this bomb on Justin Trudeau. They did not know about this. Nobody knew about this. This was fresh to the entire country. That is huge, and Justin Trudeau is now going to be sitting there going, oh man, my caucus is falling apart. People are leaving. My wife left me. Everybody's leaving me. And now Jagmeet left me too. Oh my goodness. And so you're going to see a vicious House of Commons when it starts back up in like a couple of weeks, folks. This is incredible. It is a step in the right direction. Now, I know everyone is like wanting that election to happen, as am I. Believe me, that would be absolutely incredible. I'm super excited to get out and vote. I'm excited for the entire election campaign, election season. But I do think that Jagmeet is going to wait maybe a few months, and he might even do it right when he gets his pension in like February or March. It might not go all the way till October. It might be something tricky like that, but we're going to have to wait and see how this plays out. This is huge, though. So we're going to end this video, everybody. I'd love to know what you guys think down below in the comments. Do you think that Jagmeet Singh will call a vote of no confidence and that we will see an election before next October of 2025? Let me know what you guys think down below. As always, on your way out, I'd like to encourage you guys to smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and we will see you in the next one. Bye for now.